father used to call me a failure.
Well, here we are. I'm here to tell you that I failed.
Oh, I'm Sam! Look at me, I can't even fly out of a window.
So here is the 30 videos in 30 days wrap up. So, first of all, I failed. I failed spectacularly. I did not even come close to hitting that goal. There were 30 days in September 2020. I only ended up making a total of 16 videos. Granted, they were spread fairly evenly throughout the month, so several videos a week. But what ended up happening was simply burnout. Quite literally and figuratively. So as a lot of you who follow me on the socials know, there were a lot of fires in my area causing us to be put on an evacuation notice. And while I could have filmed during that time, I just was too stressed out.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I was too stressed with the possibility of having to leave. I feel like that's a pretty good excuse.
Yo, stop making excuses, man.
It just kind of ruined the whole thing. I lost my momentum. I was really heavy into it when the month started. I was doing really well. When those fires hit, it just took all of my go juice out of me.
He needs some milk!
I'm still trying to keep the content schedule
On Instagram!
And of course, the podcast kept rolling that whole time. It was just too much. It was too much, and I knew it was going to be too much.
Why did you do this? You know better, right? Why?
I'm sorry.
I just wasn't anticipating a natural disaster to occur in my area, in addition to the added pressure of trying to do a video every day. However, it wasn't a complete failure.
Failure!
Because I did learn from it. My friend Brian Wampler likened it to trying to do a big set of squats and getting interrupted in the middle. While you might have had the energy to finish it, you just get so thrown off. It's just like, now what?
No! You threw off my groove.
But it wasn't a total disaster. I learned a lot. The channel grew substantially by percentage. I think I started out with around 400 subscribers, and now we're knocking right on the door of 700, which is, still a tiny YouTube channel, but percentage-wise, it's really huge growth, and so thank you to everyone that joined during this time. But here are the big takeaways for me. Basically, it takes way longer than I anticipated. Some videos, like the unboxing, between shooting it, editing it, and publishing it, it only took about an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in that ballpark. But some of the simplest videos take 6, 7, 8 hours because, you flub a take, something doesn't go right. You never know. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. You get interrupted with a knock on the door, whatever the case may be, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong and end up taking longer than what I budgeted for. I thought I could get through these videos in an average of like 3 hours a day, and that was going to be fine. Whew, I was wrong. It ate into my already busy schedule substantially and was causing problems. I had life stuff I had to do. Go get groceries, go do this, go fix this, do that, just normal dad things to do. And the videos were getting in the way of that. In a nutshell, I have even more respect for those that put out a lot of videos, a lot of content, because this is a crazy amount of work. It just is a huge time suck. 2, it is worth it. I saw an increase in podcast downloads. I saw very interesting things happening on the back end, more people subscribing to the newsletter, better engagement overall, new Patreon supporters, new people joining the Facebook group. I might sound like I was complaining with that earlier statement, but it was really worth the effort. And I've gotten a lot of really great comments, a lot of people are really enjoying them, and that makes it even better. So it was worth doing. I said it was a lot of work, and I stand by that. It was a lot of work. But it was definitely a worthwhile experiment. 3, even though I failed, it wasn't a total failure. I gained a lot of insight, I gained even more respect, and basically it showed me the power of what this platform can do. Even at this small scale that I'm still currently at. Moving forward, I think once a week is pretty doable for me in amongst all the other things I'm already doing. And I think that will be the sweet spot for the channel. But we'll see. I'm always down to experiment with new content forms. I'm thinking about starting another podcast, as I've threatened to do many, many times. But more importantly, I'm just going to keep chugging along on this content train. So if you like all the Tone Mob stuff, like I say at the end of every video, you can follow me on Instagram at The Tone Mob. You can subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts at. The Tone Mob podcast, published weekly on Mondays. And I'm talking with some of your favorite people from the guitar world. You can join us on the Facebook group. You can go to facebook.com and type in The Tone Mob. You'll see a private group show up, and you can request to join, answer the questions, and we'll let you in as long as you're not a jerk. And finally, if you want to keep up with me on a little bit more personal level and get content reminders on the regular, you can subscribe to the newsletter at tonemob.com and hit the tab that says Join the Mob. Your information will never be sold, any of that stuff. It's only to keep up with the goings-on on all things tone mobbery. So with that, thanks for checking out this video. Hopefully it gave you some insight into what's been going on around here. And yeah, well, I'll talk to you next week.